welcome to another edition of What the Fuck, happening YouTube, atheist community, and tiny chat stuff. Cat. It is a lovely day here. Just lovely. Yeah, see, he wants to go swimming, so in the grass. So I have to get him in the mood. Oh, there, he decided not to swim after all. Yeah. He's in the driveway. He's deaf now, and so it irritates me when he's in the driveway. So that's a good place to get run over. Yeah, there's lots more cars in the driveway than in the yard here. So you ought to stay in the grass. Yeesh. Anyway, we're going to do silly things like this, I think, in this here video. Yeah, it's just waste time. Anyway, so there was, let's see, last night. Yeah, it was kind of the typical problem. I have to go in with an agenda, be more organized. And thought I could just pull something off last night, and it just, I was in an okay-ish mood, actually, as moods go, but yeah, I just didn't make anything out of it. I sort of lost the first few hours of the recording because I did a reboot, because I pulled my own microphone cord out and blah, blah, blah. It was just one of those kind of, So anyway, my fault, my bad, I have to do better, blah, 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 blah. Just, there's so much to do, right? There's pet the cat, there's just so many things to work on, to be busy with. Who has time, right? Right. So anyway, I figured we'll do some flowers. Flowers. Here we find some interesting ones. Yes. Yeah, I got lots of them now, flowering. Some very nice colors, some not so great, but some very interesting. It's a word for that. Something or other. There's something or other. But we're getting somewhere here. This is the idea of flowers and such. Yeah, a couple more over here. Yeah. These hibiscus are doing okay. I haven't really been watching the caterpillars well enough, so they have eaten a few holes in the leaves, but they can take that minor infraction. Tomatoes growing. One that's upside down in that thing, some kind of topsy-turvy thing or something. Deer netting on my foot. Cucumbers. Trying to get somewhere. Well, I don't know if they're trying to get somewhere. There's a really good petunia there, but it's got no flower on it at the moment. But soon. Yeah. And it's a little messy here because I haven't finished my gardening yet. But some of these are really quite nice. I don't know if you can see that through the fencing, but it's a lovely multicolored kind of thing. Blended, nice. I likey. Me likey. Yeah, it's kind of like this one. Yeah, more than one color in there. Let's see if we got any new ones here. Oh, this is a pretty one. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah. Yep. I was hoping I'd get some reds, but I don't got any real reds. All I got is this magenta shit so far. I don't know if we have anything in here that's too dazzling. So maybe I won't break in. Mess up the netting, I have to replace it, but yeah, it's, we're getting there. Put some water in there. I think that one's kind of dry already this morning. It hasn't even started yet. So anyway, that's a little bit of a waste of time, sorry. Watering can. I'm gonna keep trying to fix my hose thing, but my repairs keep failing. This is heavy. Yeah, it's not good for my back. Ah, sorry. That was noisy. My mistake again. I always have to keep an eye on this watering thing here. These little containers. See, it kind of works as an idea. You just use a plastic vegetable juice container or such, and you know, put a hole in it and put it on a nail, and it's just kind of lovely and whatnot. Yeah, everything's growing kind of tall, which is, you know, we've had some hard rains, but not at the right time. So that might be problematic, but we'll wait and see. So anyway, YouTube, I guess I'll go to the YouTube community stuff now. Ooh, there's one of those big old leopard slugs. Ew. Ew. Yeah, it's a European monster. I wonder if Nick has those. But maybe it's not in that part of Europe. I think it is. I think that's what Europe means, is France and stuff. Anyway. Might be a German thing or something. Anyway, Nazi invention. So anyway, it's kind of like a Nazi slug. I mean, it's nasty. So the asparagus ferns have gotten more interesting, as you can note. You know, this thing worked pretty well as a way for them to stay upright. So it kind of creates a nice little bordery thing. So you can see there, the deers do eat them a little. They bit off that piece. But you know, do is make little seeds. So hopefully they don't eat them lower than the seeds. So I'll get some more seeds and I can grow some more asparaguses and just keep doing that. It's a rather pleasant little plant. I like it. Anyway, blueberries are almost bluing. The blueberries are. The other one over there in the sun already has berries I've gotten. So, and there's one over there too. But you know, the birds do get their share. But I mean, so far, not terrible. And these aren't really flourishing much. Potato there, but I don't think I'll get too many potatoes, but we'll see. Anyway, let's see if there's anything over here of interest. So Paul's Ego, I'll talk about that. You know, he's doing this gameplay thing, and it is a way of killing time. You know, somebody telling a story with a video game and trying to make the character interesting and all that kind of stuff. And you know, I was just analyzing my own psychology as I was watching it, and you know, saying, why am I, you know, this is hardly a productive use of my talents. Bird shit. Bird shit isn't a very good flower. I'm a little disappointed that everything got awful pink on me. I thought I had more like whites, and I was hoping for some oranges, and I got a lot of pinks. So that's a bit disappointing. But what are you going to do? Yeah. I have to be more selective where I pull seeds this time. Or, well, I mean, I'm not going to have a whole lot of choices because there's a ton of pinks. Anyway, hopefully some of these will not be pink. So anyway, so yeah, I was just analyzing my own psychology. You know, just figuring out what's, you know, what hooks us. Because this is a hooking mechanism, you know, and that's all there is to this whole conversational game and everything else. It's not just about, I mean, it's important that you're talking the truth or that you have a truth. This is almost a good color, this little violety color. So yeah, that's a good one. A little deformed because he's stuck in the net. Try to save him. But he's next door to a pink one. Probably polluted into horrible colors. The pink just seems a very dominant color. Seems to always win the cross-pollination battle. But yeah, this is the game we're playing. We're just trying to convince each other, and but you have to have like the goods, but you have to use, you know, bullshit to make it work. You can't just have integrity to your narrative or story or claimed reality. You know, you have to put it in a package and sell it and hook people with it. You know, make them interested for some reason or other. And so it, you know, it just puts this layer of complexity on top of the task. Yeah, I don't know if this one's a little bit small, so he's deformed, but maybe when the big one will be better. Sorry, I mean, you know, I'm jumping around a bit here. But I tend to do that. Hey, we're going to get one more flower off it so it'll have 5 flowers this year. It's just kind of unusual for an amaryllis. The seed pods really didn't form on this one very well. This one might be okay. Maybe it's just too dry. No, that didn't work. Don't see any dazzling ones here. Well, whoops, you see me in the mirror wearing my blue shorts. Yes. Yeah. There's nobody about today. Don't have to be too particular about what I'm wearing. Ooh, there's a good one. Surprised the deers didn't nip this one off. Yeah, that's a pale white with a little touch of color out there. Very nice, very nice. I like petunias for this reason, that you can really get quite a lot of variety, and you know, it can be quite interesting to cross them and see what kind of combinations you can make out of them. You know, some have big flowers, some have sturdy plants. You know, I used to do that. I had some really good seed quality, and then I sort of lost interest in, you know, when the deers were eating everything, I kind of gave up. And I'm a little pissed off that I did that. Because I lost some good seed stock. The tomatoes here are doing well. A row of marigolds. I got some bush beans in there, and zinnias, and very nice. Yeah, quite acceptable. You know, the deer did get in there one time and really cut down these plants, which is kind of disappointing because these are, well, traditionally they were very good location, but this tree is sort of fucking this location up actually. So it used to get all day sun. But anyway, that's besides the point. So where was I? Paul's ego. Yeah, so he makes it interesting, and but I mean, I can't help but say, gee, this is sort of a waste of my brain. Thinking about whether the cartoon character will, you know, murder some people, steal some shit, and get some, you know, skooma heroin stuff, and then get high, and, well, gee, how fascinating. Not really. And so it's not really food for the brain. And, you know, so that's the trick, though, is to make brain food interesting. To make this voyage to the, you know, the limits or the maximums of human understanding interesting. You know, the deer, see, they ate my orange roses and they ate most of the reds. These still did okay, but I never got a good picture of those. I didn't get that many of them, which is sort of disappointing. But, you know, life has some disappointments in it. Yes, I'm sorry, yeah, I really have been interrupting myself a lot. But, you know, it's a nice day for it. Yeah, so it's taking this real meaty, gritty, full value kind of life stuff, you know, the hard, brutal truth about the fact that this cat's gonna die and it might do it coughing up blood or something, and, you know, that we're just involved in this really kind of dark process of attachment, and, you know, so in some sense the game metaphor of the addict just chasing the bullshit, you know, at the tremendous price of all the carnage, you know, there's a truth to that, but if you make it too much of a cartoon, you lose the truth value. That's all we're really doing in our lives. We're just chasing our fix, you know, whatever your addiction is. You're just chasing your fixes, and you know, there's, you know, that's all we're doing here, and we've done it over and over and over again. And as we talked about last night, you know, there was some conversation about how most of the world is living, and, you know, how they're basically, there's a threat every day when they walk around that they're going to step in human shit. You know, people are not even shitting in proper toilets in most of the world, and it's just, you know, disgusting. I mean, I'd rather be some kind of thievish, murderous, you know, drug-addicted cartoon character, you know, than some slob, you know, living in some shithole where you shit in a hole, you know, a public hole, and you go to the public hole, you know, and take a squat and shoot your shit into the giant, you know, swamp where one guy says pigs are eating it. They're feeding it to the pigs. I mean, it's all just so fucking disgusting and grotesque and horrific that, yeah, this is a nice sickle kind of thing here. I like this. How to make a video with this thing. That is quite a useful blade. Quite useful. Anyway, I have to do much work around here, so I haven't done. Yes, so much to do. Yeah, and all this stuff was just horrible. Miles and miles of pricker bushes. At least old things were buried inside of it. I actually think they flower, but I haven't seen any flowers, so I'm not sure. But yeah, I still got a ways to go. So much to do. So, other news. I know there was some. I just got to think for a second. Oh, Healthy Addict made a video defending against a peach argument about e-begging or something, which seems kind of ironic because, you know, they all seem like they would grab the dough if they could grab enough of it. I mean, I'd have to admit I would be tempted if I could make real money, you know, to pop ads on here and there. But I guess they're talking more about the Patreon thing and all this other stuff, and you know, so that brings up Snake Plisskenus, who did a e-begging kind of video, just saying, yeah, I'm poor, you know, but I'm cool, so send me some money, so, you know, I can waste it on some more booze and smokes, which I'm certainly not beneath, because in a sense I do it, but I do it in a subtle way, you know, where I beg for cigarettes, so, you know, technically it's all the same thing. So I'm not passing a judgment, I'm just passing a judgment on people even having a conversation, I suppose, about the subject. Because I suppose it's quite irrelevant as a big subject. It's only relevant to the little competitive subject where, you know, you either stay clean or you don't stay clean. You know, it's like we're all drunks and we can ridicule each other for, you know, falling off the wagon or cheating. You know, so once you go for the money, yeah, you know, you can call somebody a wagon faller offer. You know, that they're going and, you know, sucking on the corporate dick and all that kind of shit. Yeah. So anyway, but Healthy Addict did look charming. She cut her hair, which is kind of nasty, but, you know, it does, you tried to jump on the chair and missed. Yeah, that was a good little hop, but you looked kind of ridiculous. Okay, you didn't pull it off entirely. Meow, I don't know what you want, but you're not getting any. Oh, I'll show you the snake. Yeah, I got the snake over here. I haven't decided what to do with him yet. So many decisions, you know, because, you know, it's an interesting snake. I've never seen a corn snake here. I've never found one. You know, it's kind of off their range, you know, and it's a little constrictor. You know, corn snakes are little constrictors. Come here. Yeah. Anyway, you know, but they kill, you know, rodents and such, which is nasty. And but it's like, you know, it's like the North American version of a boa constrictor or something. And they are colorful and pretty and cleanish looking and pleasant to handle and all that kind of stuff. But you know, part of me just says all living things are just going to cause trouble. You know, nothing good will come of its existence. You know, but the good news is that maybe it'll take out some monster rat, you know, some four-headed rat that was going to take over the world or something. But four-headed rat couldn't be much worse than the stinking, lousy, cruddy, shitty humans, theoretically. I mean, I can't really imagine how a four-headed rat could be much worse than humans. Yeah. In theory. So, you know, I don't really go anywhere with that argument or conversation, right? Put my little hose in here. Pardon the delay in the action. It's not pointing in the right direction. Yeah. You know, so water just ends up in the lawn. Which I suppose isn't the worst thing in the world. But anyway. So let's see if there's some. Probably there was something. I just have this idea that it was some other thing that took place. I should comment on. Thunderfoot's made another rag on feminism, but I haven't watched it yet. I don't know if I will. Household Days, just he made a response video. I mean, this is just so redundant, and it's just so stupid. I mean, here the guy's a admitted Asperger's mental patient, and he's analyzing other people's psychology, and you're just like, fuck you, pal, you're just too retarded. But, you know, we've already had this argument about how to argue, and he thinks he can insult the very, you know, he can go for the balls of your philosophy's integrity, basically call it nonsense without saying the word nonsense, right? Just use some veiled language. You know, it's ambiguous, it's erroneous, you know, some kind of bullshit like that, and then pretend he didn't just insult the fuck out of you. And it's like, you know, fuck you, pal. I mean, you got to grow a little bit of honesty and recognize that if somebody did that to your philosophy, if somebody used that kind of language to describe what you believe in, that you would take offense. And you're just such a duplicitous, lying cunt. Not to admit your hypocrisy. But the English are like that. They play that kind of cricket. I mean, cricket must be a game where a bunch of little schemy, you know, whatever you call them, twats, you know, sit there and play little twiddly games. You know, I mean, cricket must be one hell of a cheaty game, because it doesn't seem like this, you know, because they have that phrase, not cricket. Well, apparently because the British seem, all of them, from Dawkins on, they all seem like incredible douchebags in arguments where they play this little, you know, I will insult you with a bunch of English words and pretend I didn't insult you. You know, because I used some other word besides asshole and fucktard. You know, it's just so pretentious, so I mean, they're not only insulting your intelligence by thinking you're not smart enough to figure out you got insulted, which is an insult in itself, right? What, I'm too stupid to figure out that having an arbitrary philosophy would be not a good thing? Yeah, oh yeah, I can't figure that out. Yeah, arbitrary is isn't a critical flaw. No, not at all. It's just so stupid. Anyway. So generally, the theme is I continue to find people profoundly irritating and disappointing for another week. Yeah, so for 7,000 weeks in a row, I hate humans. Yeah, that's pretty much the story. Yep. So what else is there? Is there anything else? No, I wish there was a couple of good flowers, but they just happen to be not active at the moment. You know, not actively flowering. You know, I'll have to have another flower video. I have taken photos and such of things, I think. So maybe I'll do a photo video sometime one of these days. Or maybe not. I mean, I'm just a little bit behind in everything here. A lot behind, maybe. Yeah, maybe. So yeah, I've got to work on some stuff. Sorry, probably camera's probably missing, but who, you know, not that big a loss, I suppose. I didn't really plan this out too well, but I mean, this whole thing is just, you know, I mean, it's all this work just to, you know, all this netting shit is just such a hassle to gardening. I mean, just imagine how spectacular it would all be if I didn't have to waste all my time with these mechanisms to prevent destruction. Yeah, it really is quite irritating. So anyway, wait till the bugs show up. Anyway, yeah, okay, enough. I really don't have anything here, so. But anyway, so I'm working on it. I got strategizing, thinking, you know, something should come of it, I think. Yeah, I think something will. So anyway, till next time, and such. And whatnot. And there's the other cat. Cats everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but there's an abundance of them in this locality. Might have something to do with me feeding them, though. So they show up here. Anyway, till next time.